In corporate life, a promising career often stalls long before a professional hits a ceiling of technical incompetence. The damage usually stems from a much subtler source, the invisible line where genuine confidence ends and arrogance begins. On the surface, both traits look remarkably similar. Both professionals command the room. Both speak with authority. In the heat of a meeting, both appear to have the same decisive edge. But their foundations are exact opposites. One is a quiet assurance built on earned competence and self-awareness. The other is a behavioral mask, projecting superiority to shield against deep-seated insecurity. Identifying these traits, both in colleagues and in your own behavior, is a primary differentiator between professionals who hit a mid-career plateau and those who achieve lasting influence. Without this distinction, even the most talented individuals risk alienating the very teams and mentors they need to advance. True confidence is a quiet assurance. It allows a professional to acknowledge their limitations without fear, often manifesting in the simple courage to say, "I don't know, but I'll find out." Arrogance, by contrast, is an inflated belief in one's own superiority that is often disconnected from actual ability. It requires dominating others as a way to validate that self-image. This chart shows the Dunning-Kruger effect, plotting confidence against actual competence. Notice this sharp spike at the start, a cognitive bias where a little knowledge leads to a massive overestimation of ability, the breeding ground for assumed superiority. As genuine expertise deepens, the professional becomes more aware of what they don't know. Paradoxically, as they become more capable, their initial overconfidence drops into a valley of humility. When that self-doubt becomes disconnected from reality, we see imposter syndrome. This occurs when high competence is met with crippling self-doubt, the polar opposite of the arrogant beginner. Professional growth finds its balance here, an honest, objective assessment where confidence and competence rise together. Self-awareness acts as the internal mirror that keeps this growth on track, preventing natural success from mutating into delusional arrogance. These psychological profiles become visible during high-pressure workplace interactions. These stress tests reveal whether a professional is operating from a place of security or ego. Consider a fresher onboarding. The arrogant newcomer assumes they know best on day one, challenging every process immediately. The confident fresher adopts a beginner's mindset, observing and asking questions to understand the context before they contribute. This also plays out during idea generation. Imagine a scenario where a junior colleague proposes a clearly superior strategy to a senior manager. The arrogant professional views this as a threat to their authority. They typically dismiss the idea immediately, citing their years of experience as the only relevant factor. The confident professional feels excitement. They recognize the value of the idea, acknowledge the junior colleague's contribution, and focus on the team's success rather than their own image. We see it again in promotion negotiations. Arrogance leads with entitlement, demanding a title because they feel they deserve it. Confidence leads with a data-backed case, showing the measurable value they have already delivered. If you want to refine these communication skills and build your leadership capacity, subscribe to Corporate Elevate and like this video to see more research-backed career insights. In every scenario, the result is the same. Confident responses demonstrate ownership and collaboration. Arrogant responses default to deflection and self-preservation. Over a long-term career trajectory, the impact of these traits compounds. For a manager leading with ego, the cost is often invisible until it's too late. When leaders confuse fear with respect, they eventually erode team trust. This environment drives away top talent and leaves the leader isolated, surrounded only by those too intimidated to offer honest feedback. Confident leaders use humility and active listening to multiply the success of those around them. This builds a level of influence that persists even when they aren't the highest-ranking person in the room. Confidence is earned through effort and growth. Arrogance is assumed through ego and insecurity. Developing as a leader requires the discipline to look in the mirror. Before your next meeting, ask yourself, are you speaking from a place of earned confidence, or are you just protecting your ego?